Get your gutters clean today with a phone call to Boyda Outdoor Solutions at 402-607-9154. If you've been affected by recent storms or need an affordable roofing solution, it's time to call Meadowlark Exteriors. They offer premium upgrades on new styles in both roofing and siding for residential or commercial projects. Call today at 402-875-2956 or go to meadowlarkexteriors.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
A fall aeration by Judson Irrigation will help maintain your lawn by maximizing the effectiveness of your watering and fertilization. Judson will flag the locations of your sprinkler heads, followed by a deep core aeration to give your lawn the breath of fresh air it needs. Schedule your aeration today. Your lawn will love you for it.
Let us aerate today to ensure a healthy head start for your lawn next spring. Go to judsonirrigation.com or call Judson Bylene 402-420-6277.
Gannett Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gannett Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gannett Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GannettTrucking.com.
This is your year, where your team takes it all the way. Win way more than bragging rights at Warhorse Casino, where your love of the game could put $1 million in your pocket. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with prizes all season long. Weekly cash prizes up to $1,000 cash, season-long leaderboards, and a chance to win $1 million. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today. Advanced Medical Imaging is hosting their 3rd annual Breast Cancer Awareness Walk on October 11th at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. Hear inspiring stories from survivors, enjoy local food truck vendors, a live DJ, and other family-friendly activities as we unite to bring awareness about breast cancer. Check-in begins at 8:30 a.m. with the walk starting at 9. Register your team today for Advanced Medical Imaging's 3rd annual Breast Cancer Awareness Walk online at amimaging.com. Let's walk for those we've lost, for those still fighting, and for a future without breast cancer. This is your invite to Lincoln's Oktoberfest. On Saturday, September 27th, come to Beer House at 8th and P in the Haymarket from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. for a full day of German fun. Live bands, mouth-watering food, cold brews, and games for every age. Try your hand at Steinholding, Cornhole, or bring friends for Hammerschlagen. Admission is just $9 in advance, and VIP gives you tokens, a Stein, rooftop access, and more. Lincoln's Oktoberfest, where the beer is flowing, the food is sizzling, and the spirit is Bavarian strong. Be there.
Did you know that deer collisions are covered under the comprehensive portion of your car insurance? That means, like with hail damage or vandalism, since they are out of your control, they don't usually raise your insurance rates. And that's a good thing, since most deer don't carry liability insurance. At Eustace Body Shop, we fixed all kinds of animal collision damage, from cows to raccoons, bobcats, and even turkeys. We can't do much for the animal, but we can get your car back on all fours and looking like new again.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Hi, everybody. Charlie Stone back again with Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, there are so many great things to talk about right now. Let's start with new and pre-owned vehicles.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, we're all excited those days of inventory shortages are behind us. Right now, we have more than 400 new Hondas to choose from and over 125 pre-owned with just about any make or model in stock.
I know certified pre-owned Hondas are a very important part of your dealership. Tell us about certified, Andy.
We always have a great selection of certified pre-owned Hondas in stock. in like new condition, and they also come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
How about service?
You know, our amazing service department not only services Hondas, but we service just about any make, and we are one of the largest tire dealers in the state. Look us up the next time you need tires on your car.
Experience the best at the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Former football national champion, speaker, and author Aaron Davis.
Pain is a teacher if you use it. And the lessons in the carnage of pain sometimes are elusive. They hide, they're stealth. The work is finding the lessons through the pain. There's always a message in the mess. Depends on if we want to get dirty and look for it.
Nick Sainert.
Driving left side is Boyer, picks up his dribble, looking for some help, decides to go up strong with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of B.J. Bradford up the floor to Jack Hostreiter. Watch out! Lafisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good!
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 3 more sleeps until Nebraska takes on number 18, the guys in maize and blue. Nicholas, I'm ready for it.
Good morning. Are they 18? Is that what their AP ranking is? The poll we care about so much?
Something like that. Let me
I didn't know. I knew they were top 21 or whatever. I couldn't remember what their official ranking was. Yeah, I mean 3 weeks or 3 sleeps away. I mean, here we go. I was a little concerned that this week would go by slow, and hopefully it's not for everybody else. This week is flying on by, and once we kind of turn the page after today, it's downhill sledding in a good way.
Today is the last day of like you always say, man. You put the hay in the barn today in today's practice.
Oh, yeah.
And then Thursday is just helmets and shoulder pads for the most part and cleaning things up. That'd be obviously tomorrow. But today you put in your last day of work today to prep for it, man. And so it's it's actually, I think they're number 21.
Okay,
21.
Cool.
So, yeah, like you said, the hay will be in the barn after today's practice. And you go from there. Sleep will be important tonight and tomorrow. Because Friday there will not be much. You know, Coach Osborne would always tell us that, and that is the truth. You don't sleep much the night before a game, any game, particular game of this magnitude. But at the same time, Nick, Coach Osborne was never one of those that say, "Well, this we already knew it was a big game." He didn't have to tell us that. We already knew it. You prepare like you always prepare, and because if you prepare one way for one team and not way for the other, you're inconsistent.
Yeah.
You got to have that same consistency no matter who you're playing. You know, that within itself has been the issue with a lot of teams who have struggled over the years, is the inconsistency in preparation. So Nebraska, they know what's at stake. Obviously the coaches do. But to say there's not a little more sense of urgency, we'd be naive to think that.
I think you get caught up at times in this like mindset. And as always, 402-464-5685 Honda Lincoln hotline and the Starter Heyman text line are open for you guys the entire show, as well as the Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Allo Cable channel 961. Shout out to our friends at Doors Plus. Visit them online today, doorsplusllc.com. I think we get caught up in this like rigmarole of, do you treat it as a normal week, or because you are playing a more notable brand, do you do things differently? And I think naturally we might do things differently. We might look at it differently, might approach the game day differently. But I wonder if in a perfect world, the way to go about it is to do the same thing you did last week against Houston Christian and the same thing you did the week before against Akron.
Yeah, like I said, for us to say that there's not more of a sense of urgency and guys aren't dialed in more for this week. I mean, just naturally, Nick, it's like if we were going to go play golf at a local muni, and they're good courses compared to if we were going to play Landman.
Yeah.
The excitement's there.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's where it's like, okay, that's what I think. Okay, I'm glad we're going here because that is when I've been asked by a couple of people, I've gotten a couple of texts this morning of like, okay, what do you think is going to happen? Nebraska versus Michigan. What's your expectation? I sit here and I say the same response every single time. I think Nebraska gets it done. I do think Nebraska, if you ask me at 9-10 a.m. on September 17th, hey, in 3 days when Nebraska takes the field, what do you think happens? I think Nebraska beats Michigan. Now, on top of that, every single person that's asked me what I think is going to happen, AD, I sit there and I tell them the same thing. I say, it's going to be interesting to see how Nebraska responds when they get punched in the mouth. Because you know it's coming.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There will definitely be a punch in the mouth, Nick, in Nebraska. We're going to see, and I mean, I think it's somewhat convenient. We can match that with our very own Bud Crawford. He took some shots to the chin from Canelo.
Yeah.
And he shows he could withstand it. Not only that, he gave his back as well.
Mm-hmm.
I see this as a thing where Nebraska, for anybody to think that Michigan's not going to score, I mean, you'd be remiss and not watched Michigan very much. They're going to get their points.
Now, I mean, on the other side of that is if Nebraska comes out of this game and it's a dominating victory, which I don't think there's many people, right? The realistic Husker fans, the realists, if you will, are understanding that that's probably not going to happen. But let's just walk down this hypothetical road for a moment to where Nebraska does win convincingly, and by convincingly I say double digits over Michigan, to where with 3 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter, Nebraska has the football and there's no concern about them surrendering the lead and surrendering the game. I mean, hypothetically, let's just say it, Nebraska wins Saturday 28-14, 28-17. What's the response after that game? I mean, you talk about the ability to launch from this game into a bye week on one of the biggest recruiting weekends of the season, and that's been your marquee test so far. But now it's you passed it with quote unquote flying colors. You talk about the springboard that can bring and going in. That's the part that nobody's talking about. Also, if Nebraska has to sit and marinate in a loss in a game that they should have won or that they could have won, and because of mistakes and because of turnovers and because of self-inflicted wounds, they have to sit in that for 2 weeks because going into a bye week, that is painful.
It's painful. You know, you obviously you hope they can just come out and take care of business ASAP. And just like I said, I think it's kind of like Nebraska volleyball, which we'll discuss at 10:30 too. It's going to be imperative Nebraska to come out not flat. You know, a team like, I like the way you even sip the coffee. Boy, that's a Sainert.
It's really good.
That is the way that you sipped it was like you were definitely sipping it like a Pius X grad right there.
Luke, the barista at the mill, hooked me up with a cortado today.
What is it? What's all in there?
It's 50%. It's only 2 ingredients: 50% espresso and 50% steamed milk.
Oh, you're gonna be feeling nice.
I've never drank it out of a little cup like this, so I wasn't really sure how to.
Please pass the scrumpets.
It is unbelievable.
Nick, is it an earthy taste? Is it a bold taste?
It's a bold taste.
Bold.
Yeah.
So is it smooth going down?
Very smooth. Yeah.
Like I said, very smooth.
Hey, but just a reminder, folks, come on down, enter to win 2 tickets to Nebraska versus Michigan. You don't have to buy anything at the mill, but I don't know how you could say no. I highly recommend on a little bit of a cooler day in the morning here, come on down, grab a cortado from our guy Luke, and then all you have to do right next to the mill counter is we have the drawing for 2 pair of Michigan tickets. Michigan, Nebraska. We're drawing 2 pairs Friday at noon. You got plenty of time to get on in here. It's free to enter. You don't have to buy anything from the mill. Just come on down.
It's good stuff. Folks, we got a great show for you today. We're going to dive into a few more before we get to our break. But 9:30, we obviously discussed the Battle of I-80, the Husker ladies as well. 10 o'clock, we got both of the coordinators. We'll talk about that and break that down. We'll break down the responsibility. What are the keys to victory for Nebraska on the defensive side of the ball? We'll discuss that tomorrow. We'll discuss the offensive side of the ball. Friday, we'll put a bow on the whole thing and go from there. And then at 10:30, of course, we'll discuss, like I said, the Nebraska volleyball took care of biz from that aspect of things. So we'll discuss that. Nick, the soundbite from Dabo Sweeney. Go ahead.
Can I ask this part? So
Yes.
we get a text on the text line. When Nebraska wins, is there field storming? Where do you land, AD, on the whole field storming thing?
When I was
Do you
little,
care?
Remember that song Pierre said? Remember we were talking about this a couple months ago. You probably remiss on it because I brought it up lightly. Those who are old enough to remember there was that song, "'Cause Pierre said, I don't care.
That's
I
right.
don't care if they storm the
do
field.
remember
I
that
don't
song.
care if they stay in their seats and do backflips.
Yeah.
Just win the game. I could care less post-game action. I want the game to be won. I care less. It doesn't matter. I've never got into that. Don't storm the field, I don't care.
I'm going to say this. I'm anti-field storming on a football field. I'm pro court storming in basketball.
So what's the difference in your opinion?
Longer distance you have to run, like from a student section. It is. I mean, okay,
it's a cardio thing for you.
Think about Nebraska's student section. Are people just going to be jumping from the top of the southeast or east section of the stadium? Is that what we're going to do? Just launch yourself off? Like, nah, man. Like, I don't know. I get the East. There is. Now, here's the thing. It's also not like Michigan's a top 10 team or a top 5 team. We're talking about beating the number 21 team in the country. And as a fringe top 25 team, you feel like that's warrant for court storming or field storming in this
Here's
case?
what I'm going to say. DF, good morning. DF says, act like you've been there before.
Yeah.
Scaper says, do you guys have any idea to when the last time football and volleyball were undefeated? At this point, I do not. It may have been when Riley was 7-0, but I don't know if the women were undefeated at that time or not. I'm not sure on that, Scaper. I'll have to look at that. You know, I can see both sides of it. The students that will sit in those stands on Saturday afternoon, the freshmen in particular, Nick, they were 9 the last time Nebraska, for the most part, beat a ranked team. Okay. They were literally 9 years old or 8 years old, although old they are. The seniors that'll be sitting in there, and I'm talking about seniors at the university, you know, they were about 13, you know, Nebraska beat a ranked team. So I get it from that aspect. When you don't storm it, I'm like, I see where DF is coming from. It's like, you know, act like you've been before, but a lot of these guys have not been there before. You know, as a program we have, of course.
We forget who they stormed the field against last year.
Who was
it? Colorado.
It was Colorado. You know, and they weren't even ranked.
That's my point.
But you know what? I guess for my thing is I see both sides, but me personally, I don't care. I don't care.
You just have to stay neutral.
Well, because it's like a piece of lint, like I've talked about. A lint doesn't mean anything to me. I don't care what they do.
Pick a side, AD.
No, I don't. I chose a side, neutrality. I don't care either way if they do. My main concern, because whether you storm the field or don't storm the field is inconsequential to me. Win the game. Win the game. So what they do post game, I could care less.
I there's a lot of excitement and intrigue.
How do you feel?
I told you. I mean, I think it's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's stupid to storm the field against a team that's ranked 21st in the country. If it was number,
that's legit.
If it was number 1 Michigan or number 2 Michigan, sure, I can. And Nebraska was unranked, right? We're talking about Nebraska's a team on the fringe of the top 25. I sit here and I go, Nebraska stormed the field after beating unranked Colorado last year.
It was Wisconsin.
They also stormed against Colorado.
So it's 2 times.
And Wisconsin was unranked.
But see what? But you know what? I think Big Bird's got a good point here. And Big Bird, you're exactly right. He goes, it feels a little extra given what Michigan did this last time they were here and what they cheated. P.S. We stormed the field after Wisconsin. We did.
So it was Colorado and Wisconsin.
Michigan beat us like we stole something the last time they came here.
Because that's what good teams do.
No, I'm not doubting that.
I know you're not.
But to me, I'm just like, you know what? Like I said, I just don't care about if they do or don't. That's not a big deal to me.
I truly didn't feel like I'd be in the minority in this. I can't believe that I'm in the minority on this. I'm not telling you to not cheer. I'm not telling you to not go down to every local establishment and sell them out of booze.
Vjo, what's up, brother? He goes, I am so anti-field storming. It hurts. It hurts.
Man.
Unknown texter, 8893. Interesting point. If they storm the field, I'd give them all a ticket because they're going to ruin the new turf. That's true.
Not going to be able to do that when you got grass. No. In the long run, this is such a small point. It's such a small detail that doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of it all.
Scott from Bancroft, Reed, isn't it?
He's Scott from Bancroft. Fellas, I'm 47, and I'm storming the field and throwing oranges, LOL. I just, once again, I didn't think I'd be in the minority on this. And maybe I'm not.
Why does it bother you so much? Because of the ranking or because just what is it?
Like, this is the expectation. Like, this is the expectation that everybody's saying that Nebraska needs to get back to. So start acting like it.
That's a good point.
That's my thing.
Good point.
And once again, if this is a top 5 team down at the Pinnacle Bank Arena, at PBA, if Nebraska plays 21st ranked whoever, are you storming the court? No, you're juiced up, rightfully so, because you beat a ranked team. But don't talk about how you want to have this expectation about being nationally relevant and you want to be viewed as a perennial powerhouse in college football. And I get that they're not right now, but they're working their way back to it. So why not act like it? Like David said on the text line, why not, act like you've been there before? This is the expectation.
Because I'm working my way back to you, babe.
Once again.
And the Huskers got to win.
See, Garage Jeff absolutely stormed the field. We've been so bad for so long. You have to celebrate beating a ranked Michigan. See, there it is. 5377 says absolutely not. A top 5 win, yes, but against a team barely in the top 25, no. Bad look on TV and a bad look during a huge recruiting weekend. I don't know. Was field storming a thing in the 90s? I don't know.
You know what we did against, I think, and help me text line, some of my former teammates, Jay might be able to help me out. I think against Colorado.
Okay.
In fact, my roommates, I think, were part of the guys that that walked downtown with the goalposts. Because I was an early afternoon. I think it might have been an 11 o'clock game, 12 o'clock game. We beat Colorado when they had Cordell Stewart, Rashawn Salam, the late Rashawn Salam, God rest his soul, and Michael Westbrook. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong on this text line, but I think we stormed the field because that was the year that Colorado also had the Hail Mary victory against Michigan when Michael Westbrook caught that one in the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
But correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm almost positive they stormed the field because my roommates were downtown we were all acting up.
I was going to say, come on now.
I didn't even shower after that game. I just we're going to the street.
Big Huss says, mute Nick's mic, LOL. Somebody says, bah, humbug, storm the field, let the fans celebrate. Hey, yes. I'm telling you, celebrate all you want down at the local establishments. Let's help the local economy.
Yeah. Matt, I'm glad you helped me out here. He goes, it was at the Colorado game.
Yes.
I was at the Colorado. Yes, we stormed the field. Matt, I appreciate it. Because we were in a locker room when it was just going absolutely ballistic out there. You got a caller?
Yeah, let's go to the Honda of Lincoln hotline. We got Matthew and Hickman. Matt, what's up, my friend? Matt. How's it going?
Big swimming AD, baby. All right, real quick to piggyback off the field storming thing. You had a comment from one of the listeners saying, "Act like you've been there before." This generation hasn't been there before. Let's not forget about that, boys. I tagged myself as a Father of the Year last year. My son Boog, which big fan of Big Slim AD and Rap. That I put him on my shoulders. We went over the student section after the Wisconsin win, and you dang right we stormed that field, dude. Because here's why: he hadn't been alive the last time we did something like that.
True indeed.
Same thing with Michigan. If we get the dub and they do it, you bet your bottom dollar I'm throwing the dude on my shoulders and we're storming the field because he hasn't been there before.
That's true.
This isn't the 90s and early 2000s. We're not as dominant. If we win, we take care of business like we're supposed to. Let the dudes have fun, man. And you know what? Let's sit back and let's applaud it. And you know what? We'll make national TV doing so again. I love you, fellas. Hey, I'll sit back and listen through.
Love you, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
Love you, brother. Appreciate you, man. He's my early riser buddy, too. He's a 4 a.m.er as well. This is intriguing. I like this. We're definitely going to keep bringing this up throughout the show. Unknown texter 9326 said, I think it's okay if the student section wants to storm the field, but everybody else act like you've been there before.
There you go.
I love it. Nick, before we go to break, maybe we come back from break.
Yeah, there you go.
I want us to play that Dabo Swinney because Nick, here's my problem. I want to talk about this and go deep on this.
Let's talk about it.
Hold your coffee cup up real fast because you look more sophisticated that way.
I feel more sophisticated that
instead
way.
of 24, you look like you're 44.
I feel like I'm in a little bit of a. I should have like never mind, I can't say that on the radio. I should be sitting back in a chair, just enjoying the coffee
with the leaf.
Wait, we got another caller. This is gonna be. We have another caller from the other side of the aisle. We have Mike on the line. Mike, how do you feel about field storming?
I think unless it's a 1 or 2 team, I think it's pathetic. Yeah, you can argue. Well, it is. It really
I hear you.
is.
Go ahead, Mike.
We're wanting to get respect, and if it's the number 21 team in the country, act like you expected to win the game. If I'm a recruit and they storm the field, and I'm thinking they're that excited about beating the number 21 team in the country. Is this where I want to go? I mean, you expect to win that game. And to me, and I know this is different times, that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But Mike Rozier, when he scored a touchdown, he just flipped the ball to the official. You know, to me, that's the ultimate of, yeah, I expected to score, and I expect to score again. I mean, let's let the recruits know, yeah, we expected to beat Michigan. It's not a big deal. We are striving, hungering for respect. And if we're going to storm the field after beating the number 21 team in the country, that's doing the opposite. That's my opinion. I think it's sending the wrong message to the rest of the country, to the recruits that are going to be there. Oh, boy, we beat the 21 team in the country. Look at us.
We appreciate that, Mike. Thank you for the phone call. AD, here, how about this? Would we expect, just to gauge where Nebraska fans are at, and the main reason behind this, is it simply because Nebraska has not had success the last decade plus? And because here's how I want to frame it. If roles were reversed and Nebraska was going to Michigan as the 21st ranked team in the country and Michigan was unranked, would we see Michigan storm? That's how I think it's important to frame it. Because if we're simply saying, you know what, go ahead, do it because Nebraska hasn't been there the last decade and they haven't beaten a ranked team since 2016 Oregon, and that's why we're doing it, then you know what, I can sit there and say, all right, you do you, let's not make this a norm, right? But if it's simply just because, hey, Nebraska's beating a ranked team, let's rush the field, that's where I have a little bit of an issue with it. Because, and I do agree with Mike, I get that trust me, like to Matt's point, shoot, I haven't been alive when they've been good. The peak of my Nebraska football fandom is 2009. Like that's the peak.
Yeah.
And so I am right there with everybody understanding that, hey, Nebraska hasn't been there.
2 things.
But what's the reason behind wanting to do it?
2 things. I'm going to reiterate my point. I don't care. Win the game. To
You
me,
just have to be neutral.
No, to me, it's like this: is when I go to a restaurant, I don't care after the meal if the waiter comes up, say, "Did you enjoy your meal?" I want to make sure the food.
Really?
As long as the food is good, meaning did you win or did you lose? I could care less about the aesthetics.
You don't care if the chef sneezes in other people's food as long as it's just not in yours.
As long as you deliver, just deliver.
Okay.
See, to me, because I'll tell you what, even if let's say they win and they storm the field, do you think a Nebraska fan is really going to care about them storming the field? They're going to be more caught up in the fact that we beat a ranked team for the first time since 2016. I could care less. Are you going to be more concerned about them storming the field, or are you going to be caught up, as you should be, in a victory the first time that you beat a ranked team in almost 10 years? You're not. I can't speak. I'm not going to speak for everybody, but for me, I don't care.
Yeah.
2, I'll say this. Michigan had just won a national championship 2 years ago.
Okay, so if that's the reason, is because Nebraska hasn't done it, then you know what, whatever. I rest my case.
So,
but if it's simply just because you're beating a ranked team, that's where we have to have our priorities different.
Yeah, I don't care at all what they do after the game, as long as Nebraska wins the game.
We got a text from my best friend Jared.
I seen that. I want you to read that.
Jared texts in and says, "Hey, go blue."
Is that your best friend, dude?
Not my best friend. He's the brother of my golf league partner.
Oh, you made it very clear that he is not your best friend.
He texted me and he said, "Did you get my text?"
Well, my neighbor.
So we have a Michigan fan listening to the show.
We have the enemy is amongst us.
Jared, go ahead and text in your prediction for Saturday.
Yeah, I want to know. Dan Dixon, my neighbor, what's up, DD? Dan says yes. Storm the field.
Hey, IQ crew. Old soul Nick forgot to take his medicine this morning. Win the game. If we storm, we storm. It does not matter. Just win the game.
Yeah, we're gonna dive more into
Nick
this.
would lick odor drinking black coffee. Oh, geez. Geez, David, we can't say that to the Michigan fans.
Dave.
Oh, Phil asks, so Jared is a fan of cheating. Good to know. This
Shots
is
fired.
Hey, I would love to. I wish we could. I wish we could, but I'm not going to invite him to call in. Jared has a lot of really positive feelings about Ryan Day as well. Yeah. I forgot that. Honestly, this week, I forgot that Jared's a Michigan fan.
T.I., I can't say it, but it's hilarious.
Next time. Oh, this is what he said. Jared, this one's for you. T.I. on the text line, Jared says, next time he's on the tee box, Nick, kick him in the bleep while he's in his backswing. GBR. There you go.
Folks, we'll be back as well. It's the Drive. It's Michigan week.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today. Feeling off lately? Struggling with your mental well-being can make everyday life harder, and it can also increase the risk of substance use. Early support can make a big difference. Visit myhealthymind.crediblemmind.com and take the free mental health check-in assessment. In just a few minutes, you'll get non-judgmental feedback, local resources, and next steps to help you feel more in control and supported. This message is funded in part by the CDC OD2A grant.
Hey listeners, I'm Rudy Gress IV here with your Thursday night football preview here on 93.7 The Ticket. And this week, it's a heated AFC East rivalry. The Buffalo Bills and Miami Dolphins face off Thursday, September 18th at 8:15 p.m. Eastern. Live on Prime Video with pregame starting at 7 p.m. The Bills are coming into this one 2-0. While Josh Allen did have a slow game last weekend, he has historically owned this matchup. With a 12-2 lifetime record versus the Dolphins, throwing for over 3,700 yards and racking up big performances almost every time they meet. With the team built strong on both sides of the ball, Buffalo is still rolling and proving they're a complete contender. The Dolphins, well, they're coming into this one 0-2 and desperate for a win. Led by quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, there is still so much firepower on the Dolphins, with Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and running back Devon Achane. But turnovers and slow starts have haunted Miami. And even 93.7 The Ticket's very own Jake Sorensen said he's not that confident in his Dolphins right now. This rivalry's got it all. Urgency, star power, and divisional bragging rights. It's the Bills, it's the Dolphins, it's Thursday night football.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
I can't believe I just scratched that car. Find my insurance card.
Dude, what do you have in this glove box? Ew, are these socks dirty?
Oh, forget about the socks. I need my insurance card.
Just pull it up on the State Farm mobile app.
But I can do that? Oh, hey, I can do that.
Yep, it's called service.
I can file a claim on here too?
Yeah, it's called service.
Whoa, I can call my agent too?
It's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krikak, today at 402-474-1173.
Tune in this Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. as Old School broadcasts live from Lead Lodge and Arbor Day Farm in Nebraska City to kick off the 2025 Applejack Festival. The festival runs on September 20th and 21st, as well as September 27th and 28th at Arbor Day Farm. Pick apples, enjoy cider, and welcome the fall season with fun for the whole family. Purchase tickets to the 2025 Applejack Festival online at arbordayfarm.org and listen this Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. to Old School, broadcasting live from Arbor Day Farm.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in seasons? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Looking to upgrade your equipment and keep cash in your pocket? Through August at Landmark Implement, get up to a 24-month waiver on select John Deere tractors and combines, or lock in a 1.9% fixed rate for 36 months, followed by 6.2% interest fixed for up to another 36 months. When planning for this year's harvest, we've got a solution that works for your bottom line. Visit your Landmark Implement today and check us out at landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference.
Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com today or call them at 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
When the clock strikes 0 after every Nebraska football game, there's only one place to go for instant coverage. Tune in for the Husker After Party Postgame Show on 93.7 The Ticket for each game, win or lose. Call in with all your takes or text the show at 464-5685 and hear quotes from the players and coaches, too. It's the Husker After Party Postgame Show, sponsored by Anderson Ford and Vinny Krikak of State Farm Insurance.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in seasons? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Now back to the drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer, sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
From the fields, from the fields, from the fields, from the fields, from the fields. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Is that the side you're landing on?
From the fields, from
there
the
you
fields,
go. Okay.
from the fields, from the fields, from the fields. You know what, Nick? Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Win the game, win the game, win the game.
You know what? That sounds like every rap song that's released nowadays.
It does. It's always this. Well, it's repeating. Yeah, and you guys,
Don't say you guys.
No, you're
Whoa!
Whoa!
See, it's a problem when I do it.
Well, I say you guys. You say you people. There's a major difference, Nicholas.
No,
major
that's not true.
Your music, I'm going to say, your generation's music is a bunch of mumbling. You said, your generation is a bunch of mumbling rap.
That's true. That's true.
And we, ours was, was different. It was totally different. We had there was a message. There was something behind it. Not even just rap, but just music in general. You look at the Eagles. You look at Earth, Wind, and Fire. You look
That's
at
not
Curtis
rap.
Blow. No, I said.
Okay.
See, that shows how limited your range is because you think everything's music is rap music.
That's not true at all.
Or Quinn 85. What the hell his name is?
Don't disrespect Quinn.
Keep his name out of your mouth.
Name out your mouth. I get to see him for the 4th time next weekend.
Yeah, kind of soccerish. We've talked about this already. But even this Quinn thing, I mean, he's good, but it's always like
he's
this.
good. He does not mumble.
He doesn't mumble.
You can hear him enunciate
But
every
you
word
think
he
about-
says.
Okay, you think about Quinn, and then you think about a guy like, you maybe never heard of Joe Cocker before.
Yes,
he was amazing, man.
Yes, I've
you
heard.
look at the Beatles, man. You look at Marvin
Who are
Gaye.
they?
You look at Marvin Gaye. You look at I can go on and on. Of those
Okay.
guys and those gals, they wrote with a mission.
You're just moonwalking, backpedaling, just backpedaling. You open the segment using a risky phrase.
Your music.
Anyway.
Tell me. Okay, let me ask you this. In the past 10 years, since you've been alive, 24, but you probably will
I've
start
been
remembering
live
music.
a little bit longer than
But
10
I'm
years.
saying you're really cognizant. You're actually thinking about it. You can give
Okay.
an honest opinion.
Yeah.
Of all your favorite musicians, which one do you think will stand the test of time? Like 30 years from now, we'll still be rocking it.
That's good. That's I don't know. Because here's one thing I do hate about my generation's music
Everything's
is
manufactured through machinery.
well, okay, yeah, that. But also there's always like one-hit wonders.
Mhm.
Like you have
We had those too, though.
But yeah, I'm saying it's more popular now to where you have a lot of people that will have a song blow up on like TikTok or Instagram or something
Right.
like that. And then people are like, whoa, this song is good. Maybe the artist is good. And then you hear other songs that are released by the artist and you're like, okay, no, it's just one hit.
Yeah.
You're not that guy. So I feel like that's the situation
See
now.
that text? Text 8893. Come on, AD. We had Luke Skywalker and Too Short and Buttermilk Biscuits.
There you go.
We did have Too Short.
No, so
The radio edition. We had to put that out there.
there you go. I don't know. Okay, so who would stand the test of time in the country music world? And correct me if I'm wrong, listeners. I would imagine like Luke Combs has climbed the charts high enough.
Mhm.
Do you know who that is?
He was just in concert here, wasn't he?
No,
Who was that Pinnacle Bank? Just
Cody Johnson was here last.
Cody Luke, the same thing.
Not the same thing. Jason Aldean's here this weekend. Do you know
No,
Jason Aldean?
I do know him.
Okay, so
Yes.
but that's
Good
not
music.
necessarily my generation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think that's tough. None of the people that I consistently listen to probably are going to make it.
And I think too, in fairness to now, there's to your point. There's
Can't
more.
believe the way you started this segment.
I saying your music.
That's not what you said.
I said, what did I say? What did
You
I
said
say?
you people.
You people.
Once
You
again,
people.
once
What you
again.
mean by you people?
What you mean by you people?
As in
Anyway.
you and your and those of your
Oh,
age
no,
generation.
no, no, no.
You,
Never mind.
as in you and your generation.
We need to stop this. We need to stop.
In your generation.
We're done.
That's what I think. I think in my generation, my people, all right, meaning all
Your
different
age- your
backgrounds,
age
my age
demographic.
demographic, my
There you
age
go.
demo,
There
our
you go.
genre of music. I would say, dude, you think about this, Chief. Think about this. Prince, before you had any social media,
Sure.
they said when he passed away, in his music vault, he could drop a new album for the next 100 years. That's how much music he had in there. A lot of these guys and girls today, like you mentioned, Nick, and not all of them,
Yeah.
but there's so many platforms for them to deliver their.
There's a lot of platforms, and then on top of it, I'm getting individual texts about the whole situation here. Anyway, so here's what I would say also is that there's a lot more social media to where we're seeing, unfortunately, it works against them. And not saying that you could get away with breaking the law back in your guys' day, but do we hear as much about all the stuff Morgan Wallen has off the stage, I guess, in this case? Do we hear all that happen? Like him throwing the chair off the top of the Nashville bar roof. Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
But you know what? Do you hear that? Do you hear about that back in the 1960s?
You know what? Not even in the 90s, as far as that goes. Because we had MTV that would release some news. TMZ wasn't around yet. If people remember that my age, remember that show? It was a Hard Copy was the show that came on. So we didn't have access. Even bringing it back to sports, there was no tweets. There were no there was no social media to release. When Sifel got first started, you would see his article on Sunday morning.
I know, and I miss it. I miss the purity of it, man. Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, social media is a big part of our job. It's a big part of our success, right? Like,
and like anything, it can be used for good or evil.
100%.
Like anything, it can be
100%.
It's in the hands of the beholder.
The one thing I do not care for is the nonstop 24-hour news cycle that we live in.
Yeah,
I mean, right? Like, it's kind of ridiculous. Just because there's never you can never slack. Like, you can never take not a day off, but you can never rest.
Think about the dude you're talking about. He does all the breaking NFL news. I can see his face, but I can't. All the NFL. You were talking about him, how he's always on his phone. I mean, like always.
Like Adam Schefter. Shams is
but
always
Scheffler's
like that.
the main one I was thinking.
Yeah,
of,
for
to
sure.
where it's like you're always on because to be breaking it, you have to know when it's breaking and when it's going on.
Yeah.
Speaking of breaking, before we go to break, though, I want you to play that Dabo.
A lot of break.
Yeah.
Let's do that on the other side.
Okay.
Can we do that on the other side?
We'll have more time for it because I think this is.
I also want to make a comparison to a Nebraska coach.
Yes, and I think it's relevant for history because if we're not careful, if Clemson's not careful, all they have to do is look at Nebraska's history with their fans. And I'm not saying our fans were doing this, but I'm simply saying when you've got a bona fide winning coach who has done it, has won his conference as many times as Dabo has, not 30 years ago, no, in the past decade, you better be careful what you ask for. We'll come back and we'll talk about that along with history. It's The Drive.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in season? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
We strive to help people get into home ownership. That is the American dream. Having something that you can go home at night and say, this is mine, is very important. The great thing about Remington Homes is affordability.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, talking about their exciting new division, Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easier.
The exciting thing about a Remington home is you get to choose your floor plan from predetermined floor plans. We give you a lot of choices, and you couple that with our great lot selection in all different areas. People do not want to be married to their house payment. They want to get a nice house with nice finishes in a great area for an affordable price. And that's what Remington Homes are all about.
Home building is easier with a Remington home from Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at RemingtonLincoln.com. RemingtonLincoln.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: showers and thunderstorms likely throughout the day. We'll see a high around 82 Tonight, a continued chance of showers. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies with a low around 63. And tomorrow, a chance of showers and storms throughout the day. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies with a high of 77. I'm meteorologist Kyle Becker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When your home fills up with family, Allo Fiber makes sure that space is a happy place for everyone. Allo Fiber experts install it all, and full service means step-by-step support, guiding you through everything so you can stay connected to what matters, and the family can always feel at home. Put the game on, and don't worry about your Wi-Fi calling a timeout. Better TV and internet service is one connection away. Call Allo at 866-481-2556 or visit allofiber.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
From the capital to castles, starting this December, fly nonstop from Lincoln to Orlando with service from Breeze Airways. That's right, nonstop flights to Orlando out of LNK are starting this December. You're now just a flight away from Disney World, Universal Studios, Legoland, and the Space Coast. Stretch out and relax on Breeze with complimentary family seating. Book your magical getaway now at LincolnAirport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
M Suits Clothiers, Lincoln's favorite men's store. Family owned and operated, located 1 block south of 56th and Pine Lake Road. Go bold this summer and fall with endless possibilities. Stop in now for the best selection on sweaters, outerwear, suits, sport coats, dress pants, and dress shirts. M Suits Clothiers, your menswear store. Chorizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Chorizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at chorizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer, sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're here for the people, Nick.
That's right.
All people.
100%. We joke around a lot.
Even yours.
Okay.
Your generation.
Thank you. There you go.
Folks, I'm going to tell you something that my dad always said. It's just nice to be nice, my father. And Nick, I think about this as we hop into Dabo. All the mean things that people were saying about Dabo and blah, blah, blah. People are just angry. I'm not saying some of the things people are angry about are not rightfully so. But, man, if we really looked at how short life really is. And, Nick, and even this morning, I'm just going to say this on the air. I mean, I have no problem saying this whatsoever. And I mean this wholeheartedly. In my journal, okay, I want you to see this. It has right here your dad's name, Craig.
Wow.
Craig Sainer.
Cool. Thank you.
And I have a prayer list. But and I do that because my dad would always say, you never know what somebody's going through.
Yeah.
He goes, it doesn't hurt to be nice to people, man. So I'm always thinking about those things, man. And you think about all the chaos that's going on in the world. and we bring it back to Dabble, the online vitriol. We're talking about a football game when it's all said and done. No, I'm granted, we take it. Now, Nebraska fans, me as a Husker, I got to be the last one talking about scrutiny because we care so much about it.
And there's a lot of things dependent on whether or not they win on Saturdays.
Economics, etc., livelihoods, and I get that.
100%.
But what if we put that same type of passion towards people, just every day? That same type of passion. I know people say, "Well, that's apples and oranges," but is it really? Have we got to the point to where our passion for entertainment exceeds that for common decency?
Yeah.
You bring about Dabble. Go ahead, brother.
Well, I was going to say this. I think if we're really smart about this, and I hate to continue pushing this off and putting this off, I think we need to wait until the 10 o'clock because I'm looking at the clock right now, 9:54. We're approaching the 10 o'clock hour. We could sit here and truly dissect the college football coaching thing.
We'll even push it to 10:30 because when we come at 10, we're going to talk about Nebraska for sure.
Okay, that's
so
fine.
we got to play that clip. With
I want to, but I want to make sure we have enough ample time
Yes.
because I think that this is a very unique. When you start to have coaches call out their athletic departments and call out fan bases, that's when things can get very uncomfortable.
They get very dicey.
And then also they can get away from you in a heartbeat
real quick.
Like you can feel like, okay, I have control. And then you say one thing behind that microphone and it feels like the world starts to unravel before you can even pick it up and get ready to go the next day. So I think I want to give us ample time. If we, the full transparency to the listeners, if we started to talk about it right now, we'd have to wrap it up in about 3 minutes. And the clip is a minute long, which gives us 2 minutes to dissect it. I have another clip that I want to play for everybody, and that's another 35 seconds. So we're talking about 90 seconds of being able to dissect it. I think the right way to go about this is to just hold it off to the 10 o'clock hour, be able to talk about it in depth, and we can split up Nebraska and Dabo because I feel like unfortunately, I hate to continue pushing it off and pushing it back, but I want to make sure we have enough time because I think the listeners can provide a really unique perspective into this as well. Heck, you want to know how AD and I do business? Here's the thing. AD sent the rundown, a little while ago. We haven't used it yet because how we got started talking about the stuff in the first segment, all the field storming, was off of a text. Saying, hey, if Nebraska wins Saturday, do we storm the field? And look what can of worms that opened up.
I love organic topics.
So
I love organic to where it just takes a life of its own.
So that's a reminder here as we navigate this football season. Like AD and I have stuff we always can talk about, but if there's something specific for you guys that you want to hear, that's why that text line is open, 464-5685, as well as the Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Allo Cable Channel 961. So,
folks, we got a lot more sports to discuss. Both of the coordinators are on the mic, and Butler was a little different on this one, I think, Nick. More in depth, the task at hand. I'm going to shut up so we can start talking again. It's The Drive, 937 Ticket.
From the capital to castles, starting this December, fly nonstop from Lincoln to Orlando with service from Breeze Airways. That's right, nonstop flights to Orlando out of LNK are starting this December. You're now just a flight away from Disney World, Universal Studios, Legoland, and the Space Coast. Stretch out and relax on Breeze with complimentary family seating. Book your magical getaway now at LincolnAirport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
This is your invite to Lincoln's Oktoberfest. On Saturday, September 27th, come to Beer House at 8th and P in the Haymarket from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. for a full day of German fun. Live bands, mouth-watering food, cold brews, and games for every age. Try your hand at Steinholding, Cornhole, or bring friends for Hammerschlagen. Admission is just $9 in advance, and VIP gives you tokens, a Stein, rooftop access, and more. Lincoln's Oktoberfest, where the beer is flowing, the food is sizzling, and the spirit is Bavarian strong. Be there. A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Is your heating system ready for cooler weather? Call Bryant to schedule your fall heating check. No matter what brand, call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. Visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at SartorHeyman.com.
Sartor Heyman Jewelers.
When your home fills up with family, Allo Fiber makes sure that space is a happy place for everyone. Allo Fiber experts install it all, and full service means step-by-step support, guiding you through everything so you can stay connected to what matters, and the family can always feel at home. Put the game on, and don't worry about your Wi-Fi calling a timeout. Better TV and internet service is one connection away. Call Allo at 866-481-2556 or visit allofiber.com.
It's nearly time for Bonsall Pool & Spa's Truckload event. From September 23rd through the 27th, stop by Bonsall Pool & Spa at 3201 Pioneers Boulevard to see an actual truck full of hot tubs with special prices. You'll save up to $3,000 on all hot tubs and swim spas, as well as $1,500 on all saunas and cold plunges. Use Nebraska football's bye week well by stopping in on September 27th for refreshments and giveaways. That's Bonsall Pool & Spa at 3201 Pioneers Boulevard in Lincoln.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Former football national champion, speaker, and author Aaron Davis.
Pain is a teacher if you use it. And the lessons in the carnage of pain sometimes are elusive. They hide, they're stealth. The work is finding the lessons through the pain. There's always a message in the mess. Depends on if we want to get dirty and look for it.
Nick Sainert.
Driving left side is Boyer, picks up his dribble, looking for some help, decides to go up strong with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of B.J. Bradford up the floor to Jack Hostreiter. Watch out! Mafisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good!
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we're going to hop right into it, but before we do, see, Nick is laughing over there, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I'm laughing because we just went back and played the clip from the second segment.
Yeah, Nick, we noticed something that Nick just, he does it so often.
I did it so nonchalantly.
No, nonchalant. He's like, wow, that was like, yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was a little across the line.
Yeah, that's that Pi 6 mentality.
Pius the 10th.
I'm sorry, the 10th.
Yes.
Not just Pi, it's the 10th.
We mentioned Jared, the Michigan fan, earlier in the show, a proud graduate of Pius the 10th. Yeah.
Hey, real talk. How, goodness, my email's loud. How
we get it. You're popular. You got an email.
No.
And I hope everybody heard that ding.
I still love you. How's the progress going with that new addition they're doing at Pius?
Good.
Have you been by there?
I have not.
Because the blueprints looked amazing.
Yeah.
They looked really
Shout
good
out,
on there.
Shout out to the donors.
Absolutely. Folks, this segment is brought to you by Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services. Jack has been a well-respected representative since 1999. Can help protect your home, your vehicle, your family, or even your future. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100 or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or in Seward and learn how Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services can help you. The coordinators were on deck yesterday, Nick, and I would even say this, going to what we were talking about earlier. They know this game, although we say we take every game the same. Well, we understand the intensity is different. And I think we'd be naive to say otherwise. We can start in. What do you want to start with first?
Let's start with John Butler, Nebraska's defensive coordinator yesterday, because we kind of know Nebraska's offense. I think if we were to ask the listeners, and feel free to let us know, 402-464-5685, if you had to pick one side of the ball that you have more confidence in overall, is it offense or defensive side? And if you want to provide an explanation, feel free to do so, and we'll shout those out on air. But I want to start on the defensive side of the ball, because I think that's where, if Nebraska comes up short, it's going to be because of some defensive miscues. And so here is just John Butler, Nebraska's defense coordinator, on a very general overview of Michigan's offense. Is the mic okay over there?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got a big nose. Can't big nose, man.
I just wanted
Coach
to make
Brown
sure.
would call me. He called me Snuffleupagus. I actually took that personal, but nevertheless.
Anyway, here's John Butler. I just hear moving the mic so much. I'm like, okay, here we go. Here's John Butler on Michigan's offense.
Quarterbacks that move out of the pocket are a little bit of a concern, but we saw that in week 1. We've made our adjustments, both schematically and just philosophically. So I think we're going to be a little bit more prepared for that element of the game in terms of, how we call the game, how we approach that player, and obviously, each player is different. The quarterback for Cincinnati had really a history of being a runner, and when you watch number 19, he is a pro-style drop-back quarterback with enough athleticism to get out of there, but he wants to be a pro quarterback that's going to sit in the pocket and throw the football and make reads. So similar players, but different in their own way.
I'm encouraged by what John Butler said at the beginning of that clip, to where he said it was something along the lines of, let me see if I can find it again. I'll just play it from the start.
Quarterbacks that move out of the pocket are a little bit of a concern, but we saw that in week 1. We've made our adjustments, both schematically and just philosophically.
I'll stop it right there. That last part about making adjustments schematically and philosophically, it provides a little bit of encouragement, because Nebraska was not good at stopping the run. That's not expert analysis by any means. AD, I mean, I've said it. I said it since August 29th when we started to recap Nebraska's win against Cincinnati on that Friday morning. Was Nebraska was fortunate, as somebody that watched it from the 500-foot level, is that Nebraska was fortunate that Cincinnati had no timeouts remaining, because it forced Cincinnati to have to air it out and throw the ball a little bit more, to where the running attack, whether it was the conventional run board, especially the quarterback run, was picking apart Nebraska defensively. And so you go into this weekend, and I think there's a lot of people worried about Bryce Underwood and his mobility. But ultimately, when it's all said and done, I am encouraged to know that, hey, you know what? They're acknowledging that there's some holes defensively with being able to stop running quarterbacks, and they've at least attempted to make some changes.
To adjust is, like you mentioned, if there was something we struggled with at times, particularly with your dual threat quarterbacks. We're going to see that from Bryce Underwood on Saturday afternoon. We saw that Bryce struggled against Oklahoma. We did a cute little kid walking across the station there. He struggled. And think about this, Nick. He's 18 years old. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, he did play played in Oklahoma. A very tight game. A game they lost, but looked like a freshman at times. Would you agree to that? There were times that Bryce looked like a freshman.
Yeah, I think you can equate it also to what we saw from Dylan Raiola last year.
Absolutely.
To where Dylan was 18 last year, and you're just naturally going to have some growing pains.
Mm-hmm. So I like how he mentioned, like I said, they're going to have to do the adjustments. Michigan, as you know, they're going to be looking for some redemption as well. The last time they were on the national scene, they lost. You know, they're going to come here with a chip on their shoulder. Obviously, this being a conference game, we open up, you know, us opening up our conference. They're doing the same thing with us. There's a lot of chips that are on the table here. So we're going to get nothing but Michigan's best, even with Coach Moore not being here.
I think it's interesting because this is where I'm more encouraged, and this is where I think Nebraska fans can take some excitement, potential optimism as well into Saturday's game, because Nebraska has struggled immensely, not necessarily so much on the defensive side of the ball, because Tony White did a really good job of adjusting week to week, but just as a program, making changes and making the necessary adjustments, whether that's on the smaller scale of quarter to quarter, game to game, or on the larger scale, like non-conference slate to conference slate. And I think that there's, that once again, it can all be coach speak, and we can see Saturday, and we'll find out Saturday if they've really adapted and embraced the changes or these evolutions and adjustments that they, continue to refer to. But this is step one. Acknowledge, like we always joke about, like, all right, step one's, acknowledging the problem, acknowledging the issue. This is Nebraska acknowledging the issue in the most public of public settings that we can have, is on a Tuesday press conference with the coordinators. Is if the defensive coordinator, in this case John Butler, comes out and says, yeah, you know what, we struggled with running quarterbacks and defending them. So over the last 3 weeks, we've implemented some adjustments. Now part two is up to the players to be able to go out and execute.
Nick, there was something that we did, and Foreman and Farley both would validate this. There were, when we were going to face an opponent like a Michigan or a top-ranked team, you would see certain schemes we'd be practicing 2 weeks before we even played them.
Yeah.
Now, we wouldn't show it against the team we're going to play. Like, Nebraska didn't show anything against Akron.
Like if you had to play Colorado in 2 weeks and you played Pacific the first week, you wouldn't show it against Pacific.
But you were getting reps. This team, I would put everything on it. They have been practicing for Michigan in different ways, as far as the end setting the edge, as far as linebackers, with the gap integrity, staying at home, not getting baited. Because the thing about our linebackers, I told you, as Trent in particular, Trent and Javian, you cannot get caught up watching that QB back there. Watching the play action on the rest of those things, because they will do a lot of things deceptively in their counter and in their spread zones that are misdirections. And also, if you're not playing fundamentally sound football, you'll get caught up and lost real quick in just the mass humanity of their offensive linemen. So I guarantee you, they have been practicing Michigan 2 and 3 weeks ago.
I went back and I kind of watched the Michigan Central Michigan matchup from last weekend. And one thing that I noticed was, and this is where quarterback play can take a step in the right direction for an offense, is what do you do when plays break down? What do you do when things don't go to plan? When a protection busts, or when guys are covered down the field and you need to make something happen? That's where, and John Butler talked about it, how we like to classify Bryce Underwood as a dual threat quarterback because he has the ability to run, because we saw, on the stat sheet against Central Michigan, he had a large number of quarterback runs. Doesn't necessarily mean that that's what he wants to do first and foremost. It's that we saw that when there's the opportunity, or when things get blown up or things don't go to plan, the ability to improvise as a quarterback. And that's one thing that's been so impressive from Bryce Underwood, is his ability to improvise when things go awry as somebody that's so young. So that is where, once again, Nebraska needs to figure out ways to throw Michigan off schedule. They need to, whether that's the crowd inducing a false start penalty, whether that's Michigan messing up and maybe making some own penalties of themselves, of holding calls or illegal shifts, or whatever the case is, just mental lapses there. But then Nebraska's defense has to play solid on the backside. They have to tackle well. You cannot allow a 1 or 2 yard gain from Justice Haynes turn into a 5 or 6 yard carry because of bad tackling. Like, those are things that they're not direct effects, but they are residual effects of Nebraska potentially losing this game.
Nick, I'm glad you brought up Justice Haynes, because he is a guy you see took, 60-yarder at least against Oklahoma, 60 or 70-yarder them to the house. If you are not playing gap discipline, and you are not, if you find yourself out of place, Justice will do you no justice when it comes to tackling. He will run away from you.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to get his. That's the thing about it. He's going to get his. You don't want. He's going to eat a little bit. You don't want him out there buffet style, though.
Yeah.
Chunks at a time, at a time.
And that's where I think Bryce Underwood can really hurt you. Is not that you forget about Bryce Underwood, but that if he in this offense, don't get it mistaken, he's the secondary option to run the football, obviously, right? Michigan went out to the portal. The last couple of years, we know how key and how important it's been for Michigan to have dominant guys in the backfield, whether that's Blake Corum a couple of years ago, and then obviously Donovan Edwards. They had the 1-2 punch at one point with Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards in the same backfield. We expected maybe Donovan Edwards to have a better year last year. He gets the cover of the NCAA college football game, all this, all that, and maybe took a little bit of a step back, but ultimately was still a top running back in the Big Ten Conference potential-wise. Well, now we see them really go out and attack the transfer portal. They went down to Tuscaloosa and picked Justice Haynes out of the transfer portal, the former Alabama running back there. And this wasn't a guy that sat third or fourth on the depth chart. This was somebody that had a good number of carries last year for the Crimson Tide. And so when you look at, once again, what Michigan's going to want to do, they're going to want to try to come up and pound you in the mouth with the football and running the ball downhill, and Justice Haynes, the similar thing. And I wouldn't be surprised. It was like a couple of years ago when Jim Harbaugh was still the coach at Michigan. They lined up against Penn State and ran the ball every single down in the second half, or maybe that was Ohio State. I can't remember which half they did that, or which team they did that against. It was one of the two perennial top teams in the conference. And they just said, look, we're going to do this and try to stop us. And the opponent was unable to. I envision that Michigan's going to come out that way on Saturday. They're going to test Nebraska's willpower. They're going to test Nebraska's physicality right from the jump and say, we're going to come in and we're going to try to punch you in the mouth, and we're going to try to take the air out of the stadium and show that you can stop us.
Nick, I think that there's something that Sip and Jake were talking about this morning. We don't know who's going to lead the team out. And again, that is something to where, again, Nick, I don't care. My main thing is that 60 minutes between the hash markers there. I will say this, though. You can only ride the momentum for a while and eventually have to settle down and play fundamental football.
100%.
Are those things nice? Absolutely. It's great to have that energy. It's great. Those crowd noise is important throughout the game.
Yeah.
But I'm simply saying from a player's perspective, eventually you block all of that out. And like you mentioned, you have to settle down, get adjusted, and play football. And it's going to be imperative for that defense to be ready right away because we know they're going to test you right away. And I'm going to say this also about Underwood, Nick. Again, he's been in some big games, one so far this year, at least one so far against Oklahoma, which was huge, nationally televised game. But my thing with him, hit him. And I mean hit him hard over and over and over. He's a big dude, Nick. He's 6'4", 220 pounds.
Yeah.
So this is a big young man. This is a big kid. This ain't some little dude. He's a big kid. But hit him repeatedly. That's something that Charlie, Coach McBride would preach to the black shirt, to Jay, and to Terrell, and all those defensive ends and those defensive linemen. Even when he gets rid of the ball, obviously you be clean, but you want to make sure that he knows that he played a game on Saturday. So it's going to be imperative to hit him over and over and over.
I think that's another part of this is within the parameters of the game,
Absolutely.
right? You don't want to have
you can't have those.
You can't have childish penalties, and that's where we talked about it, right? Don't allow Michigan to get ahead of schedule. That's something that Nebraska's done. And I get that the quality opponent plays a factor into this. But if you go back and watch the Houston Christian game, Houston Christian in the first half didn't have a chance. Why? Because there were a couple of procedure penalties, but there was never a situation to where they were at third and short. It was third and like 6 or longer on their first 3 or 4 drives. Now, once again, quality of opponent does matter, and I'd be ridiculous if I sat here and expected that from Nebraska when they're facing off against another Big Ten conference team. But to the same idea of don't be the reason that Michigan is able to get in 3rd and 1s. Don't be the reason that Michigan is able to go for it on 4th and inches from their own 48-yard line and feel like, you know what, we can go ahead and just pound you, and we're going to be able to take it across the first down marker. There's a lot of things to where that's where I'm interested to watch how Nebraska responds when they get punched in the mouth, because they haven't been. They weren't They had a lot of momentum right out of the gates against Cincinnati. Got, a little bit of adversity later in the game when Cincinnati had the football and Nebraska was up by just a few. Didn't have much adversity or pushback against Akron and Houston Christian, obviously. So what is it? Who stands out? Like who's the leader on that defense, especially if Michigan does go down and takes a methodical, strategic 9-play, 75-yard drive down the field and takes 6 minutes off the clock? Well, who's going to stand up and go, all right, fellas, let's lock in.
We're going to find out. Anthony in Portland, great comments here. 7 of Underwood's scrambles were the same play breakdown and running between the right guard and tackle because CMU couldn't adjust. Talking about Central Michigan. He's dynamic, but some of the scramble success was the opponent. I totally agree with that. The crowd can also keep him from changing the play, call at the line when he's not sure about the defense. And I totally agree with that point.
Yeah,
Anthony.
They also have silent.
They got silent
cues,
and that takes up time. That slows momentum. So the fans are definitely a huge factor in that. And he doesn't slide. So Anthony Portland, very good input because that's the truth. He's not a slider. That dude is 6'4", and you know the thing about it, you have to make him pay the price for not sliding as far as that goes. If he's going to run down there, you catch him. What else we got on there, brother?
Let's go back to John Butler here. Let's talk about the defensive backs because this is an area where Nebraska is very strong this year in their secondary. Here's John Butler on the defensive backs. Don't forget, John Butler was the DB's coach in 2024.
I think it was probably a combination. It's just when I took over, one of the number one things when I talked to Matt is we're going to improve our eye discipline and we're going to improve our just overall discipline and coverage. That's been the strength of my career. That's always what I've been able to do. And that's what I believe in. So over time, that just has happened and you just demand that. You don't accept anything less. And, when guys have their eyes in the backfield, when they're supposed to have their eyes on their man, that's when you give up explosive plays. When your eyes are in the backfield and they're supposed to be on your match, that's when you give up explosive plays. So it's just a constant hammering of making sure you know where your eyes are at the beginning of play, as the play continues, and then through the play, because there tends to be a tendency, like, these gurus out there will tell you got to look for the ball, you got to get interceptions to get paid. Well, if your guy doesn't catch the ball, then you're going to get paid. So,
yeah, I mean, good point there. I think Nebraska's defense, and this is where, once again, trying to play into Michigan's strengths, this is where tackling comes into play for Nebraska, I think, because if Michigan's able to get to the next level, and to the to the backside of that defense of Nebraska, not only do the linebackers need to be good at tackling, but DBs have to be sure. This has to be a game, like Deshaun Singleton has led Nebraska in tackles in a lot of the games that Nebraska's played formidable opponents in. And he's had a really, really strong year. And this is a big year for Deshaun Singleton. John Butler brought up, getting paid. This is a big year for Deshaun Singleton. Deshaun's a guy that could have potentially gone pro last year after the season and decided to come back for another year, potentially improve his draft status and his stock there. This is a game to where, if you can shut down somebody on the outside for Michigan, and I get that Deshaun's not a cornerback, he's a safety, but the point still stands. If you can lock down your side of the field and you can be a sure tackler and you can go make plays in the hole one-on-one or whatever it is, especially when you throw on the tape against Michigan, then that's something that can certainly set you up to get paid. So it all goes back, I think, AD, to the guys in the locker room have to look at this as just a gigantic opportunity.
Nick, on the defensive side, and obviously we don't know who that is yet. We have the single digit numbers and things which is, we know it's heavily dominated by the defensive side. Who do you see being that guy on Saturday that steps up and
defensively?
Yeah. And I'm maybe not even what I'm saying dominant on the field, but I mean, who is that ambassador for the defense?
I think we're going to see Vincent Shavers fully unleashed. I think you need a big game from Vincent Shavers. I also would say, like, the guys off the edge, the Cam Lenharts of the world have to have a kind of a ruckus day, trying to get and collapse Bryce Underwood. Because there's also something to be said to where AD, if you collapse the pocket on him, a freshman's going to, okay, not to sound too Generation Z, a freshman going to freshman. Where right. You might get a throw off the back foot. You might get an ill-advised attempt, right? And Nebraska, like those are things where whether it's a coverage sack or whether it is an interception that's forced because Lenhart and Riley Van Poppel were able to generate pressure, or even, Desan McCullough gets in there. There's a lot of residual effects that can be made from generating pressure on the quarterback. And so I think naturally you need Vincent Shavers to have a day. And I think a guy like Cameron Lenhart or Williams Werneri is also on that list.
It's good. They'll have their opportunities.
Yeah,
that is for sure. They will definitely have their opportunity to do that.
And we've talked to people, and people have let us know that are a little bit smarter than me specifically when it comes to the football side of things. Michigan's offensive line isn't this world beater offensive line that it's been in the past. And so when we say there's going to be opportunities to get to the quarterback or to generate pressure or maybe get some TFLs, it'll be there for Nebraska.
There will be ample opportunities for him to do it. What else we got on Butler? You want to go to Hoagie?
Let's go one more with Butler here. That's just talking about. Let's see. Let's do this one. How creative can you get when defending a true freshman quarterback? Here's John Butler.
Key in football, experience is key in life. So the more he sees in games, the better he's going to be down the line. It's our job. We've got to stop the run and put them into advantage situations for us, where we can then affect him. If they're in advantage situations, 1st and 10, 2nd and 5, 3rd and 3, the whole game, that's an easy game plan, an easier game plan for a quarterback to execute. But if we're stopping the run, putting him behind the chains, forcing him to play quarterback in a drop back system, then that'll allow us to maybe do some more things to affect him and put some pressure on their offense and put some pressure on him. But it all starts with stopping the run and establishing that early in the week and early in the ball game so that we can get a feel for how this game's going to be played.
There you go. It's like what we just said, talking about the get him behind the chains. Big Bird texted in and said, do we see more blitz packages? Huskers are ranked 120 something in bringing pressure. I would caution Husker fans to get too wrapped up in those numbers right now, because against the last two opponents that Nebraska's had to play, Big Bird, honestly, they haven't had to probably draw up a whole lot of blitz designed packages defensively, and because they've been able to win battles up front. I feel like Nebraska's pressure defensively has been pretty good at getting to the quarterback, especially these last 2 weeks. But in terms of specific design blitz packages, I would caution Husker fans not to get wrapped up in those numbers, because they've just sheer athleticism, sheer talent. They've been able to beat the one-on-ones against other, the Akron and Houston Christians of the world.
There'll be some things I'm sure that Butler's going to do, like you mentioned, adjusting to where he's going to try to keep the freshmen guessing.
Yeah.
I think there'll be some bluffs here and there as far as, snap of the ball. You'll see a linebacker drop and maybe one come up, because you got to keep him guessing. Like you said, the more he sees, the more he'll adjust. So far, he hasn't seen a lot from Nebraska. Very vanilla, as you mentioned, because we didn't have to. We didn't have to. So the defenses he saw in the first 3 games, as far as packages, will not be the same one he's going to see against him this coming up week. And Nebraska, obviously, that's done strategically to do that as well.
Yeah.
Folks, when we come back, we'll talk some more. We'll hear from Hogerson as well. Talk some Husker Women's volleyball as they took on Creighton last night. It went 5.
And finally, Dabo Sweeney.
And Dabo.
Finally.
Dabo. We'll be back. Let's drive.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Is your heating system ready for cooler weather? Call Bryant to schedule your fall heating check. No matter what brand, call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
It seems like just the other day, I was building my first house. I've seen many changes to our building market in Lincoln. It's been a fun road.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
We hear this a lot where I don't want to live in a cookie cutter home. Well, let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. One thing that we started doing early on was we started building neighborhoods. I'm a firm believer in character in your street and in your neighborhood. I like choice. I like variation. I like maybe something a little bit different in a neighborhood that you don't see in every neighborhood. I think it's great to have choices, its uniqueness. And I think that's what gives a neighborhood character. And I think that's what we've done over the years.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Hey, listeners. I'm Rudy Gross IV here with your Thursday night football preview here on 93.7 The Ticket. And this week, it's a heated AFC East rivalry. The Buffalo Bills and Miami Dolphins face off Thursday, September 18th at 8:15 p.m. Eastern, live on Prime Video with pregame starting at 7 p.m. The Bills are coming into this one 2-0. While Josh Allen did have a slow game last weekend, he has historically owned this matchup. With a 12-2 lifetime record versus the Dolphins, throwing for over 3,700 yards and racking up big performances almost every time they meet. With the team built strong on both sides of the ball, Buffalo is still rolling and proving they're a complete contender. The Dolphins, well, they're coming into this one 0-2 and desperate for a win. Led by quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, there is still so much firepower on the Dolphins, with Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and running back Devon Achane. But turnovers and slow starts have haunted Miami. And even 93.7 The Ticket's very own Jake Sorensen said he's not that confident in his Dolphins right now. This rivalry's got it all. Urgency, star power, and divisional bragging rights. It's the Bills, it's the Dolphins, it's Thursday night football.
Since 1983, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs have been a trusted and reliable company in Lincoln and the surrounding areas. Fast Mike's handles all sides of construction projects, home renovations, or big cleanouts. With the perfect size dumpster to fit your needs, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs will haul it all. With same-day delivery in Lincoln, affordable rates, and top-notch service, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs make cleanup quick and easy. Call now at 402-450-6828 or visit us online at fastmikesrolloffs.com. Book your dumpster today. Fast Mike's Roll-Offs, cleanup made simple.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: showers and thunderstorms likely throughout the day. We'll see a high around 82. Tonight, a continued chance of showers. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies with a low around 63. And tomorrow, a chance of showers and storms throughout the day. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies with a high near 77. I'm meteorologist Kyle Piker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's nearly time for Bonzal Pool and Spa's Truckload event. From September 23rd through the 27th, stop by Bonzal Pool and Spa at 3201 Pioneers Boulevard to see an actual truck full of hot tubs with special prices. You'll save up to $3,000 on all hot tubs and swim spas, as well as $1,500 on all saunas and cold plunges. Use Nebraska football's bye week well by stopping in on September 27th for refreshments and giveaways. That's Bonsall Pool and Spa at 3201 Pioneers Boulevard in Lincoln.
Tired of asking what's for dinner? Nourished for Life has got you covered. At Nourished, they're a local meal prep company that delivers fresh, chef-crafted, healthy meals straight to your door. Made from wholesome ingredients and ready when you are. No shopping, no chopping. Just heat, eat, and enjoy every night of the week. Fuel your busy days with balanced meals that are designed to keep you satisfied and energized. Visit nourishedforlife.co to purchase meals and taste the convenience of home-cooked comfort without the hassle.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer. Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we are back. The message I would send to the fan base there in Clemson: be very, very careful.
Yeah, Dabo Swinney, Clemson head coach, had this to say yesterday, or rather 2 days ago, potentially, after Clemson, who started in the top 5, loses to a really good LSU team, and I think a pretty good Georgia Tech team as well on the road at Georgia Tech. I really like GT's quarterback, Haynes King. Here's what Dabo Swinney had to say.
If they want me gone, if they tired of winning, they can send me on their way, because that's all we've done is win. So if they tired of winning, we've won this league 8 out of the last 10 years. Is that not good? I'm just asking. Is that good? I don't know if that's good or not. To win your league 8 out of 10.
That is so passive aggressive. I mean,
I like it.
Is that good? Is 8 out of 10 good? You know what it is. All right.
Yeah. 10 years to go to the playoffs, 7 out of 10 years to be in 4 national championships, win it twice. Yeah, we a little down right now. Take your shots, but I got a long memory in case y'all don't know. We'll be all right. We'll bounce back. This is a program built to last. Always has been. Always will be. And I would just say if you give up on us if you don't believe in us because we've lost 2 games down to the last straight and you didn't believe in us anyway. So it don't matter. You wasn't all in anyway. If you're all in, you burn the ships, man. There ain't no exit strategy. Like, you're freaking all in. And hey, listen, I mean, if Clemson's tired of winning, they send me on my way, but I'm going to go somewhere else and coach. I ain't going to the beach. Hell, I'm 55. I got a long way to go. Y'all going to have to deal with me for a while. I got a long way to go. I'm just getting going. I'm just now good enough to be a head coach.
You know what that reminded me of? This.
Sam, I don't coach to make a case. You guys have chose to make a story of it all year. It's impacted our football team. And it's hurt our football team. Let's call a spade a spade. If they want to fire me, go ahead. I believe in what I've done. I don't apologize for what I've done. I don't apologize to you. I don't apologize to anybody, myself or this staff. Our record since I've been here speaks for itself.
Now, granted, Dabo Swinney has won at a much higher clip and for a much longer period of time than Bo Pelini did at Nebraska. Dabo Swinney, in his 18 years as a head coach, he took over. People forget. Took over. Nebraska played them in the 2008 Gator Bowl. And that was a game that Dabo Swinney was the interim head coach for. And then he ends up taking over full time. Dabo in his 18 years AD, 181-49. He has lost less than 50 games. And that's good for a 79% win percentage since 2007. You're winning 7 out of every 10 games. Since 2008. His record in 20, he's coached in 21 bowl games. This includes playoffs and everything. He's 12-9 in bowl games and postseason matchups. It's not nearly to the extent of Bo Pelini, and Bo Pelini in 8 years was 67-27, 72% win percentage. It's not to the extent, but once again, it set me down memory lane of just like, look, understand what you have right now. Understand what we've been able to build here.
Nick, and I that's why when you discuss this, we're sending to the clips back and forth, last night and this morning. Clemson better be very careful. And I don't know what the brass are saying there, if they're buying into this.
I highly doubt it.
I hope they have more common sense than that. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Dabo's a winner. Dabo is a winner. And you know what, Nick? Sometimes you got to defend yourself too.
Yeah.
And that was the moment where he needed to defend himself and say, you know what, I'm a winner. And I love how, and you know what? It ain't him that's just not hyperbole either. His record backs up what he's saying. Like you mentioned, 79% of his games he wins. Good luck finding somebody else. What do you laugh? What's up?
I just laugh at this, the quote. I mean, if Clemson is tired of winning, they can send me on my way. But I'm going to go somewhere else and coach. I ain't going to the beach.
I'm 55. He says, I'm just getting started to learn how to coach.
The fact that we're even having this conversation, in my opinion, is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, not the fact that we're having it, but the fact that this is even a storyline is ridiculous. Clemson, so I highly doubt that Clemson's buying into any of it. But here's the deal. Even on the very slim chance that Dabo gets canned, you're looking at a $60 million buyout for Dabo Swinney. Yeah, I'd be saying send me on my way too.
Send me on my
Fine,
way.
go ahead.
Send me on my way.
There are a lot of clauses at times to where coaches can't pursue other jobs or NFL opportunities in their contracts. Clemson's is actually the opposite. It allows Dabo to interview with other people if he wants to. It allows him to pursue NFL opportunities and jobs as well that are open. And not that, like, I don't think that Dabo is getting to this point to where he's like, fine, I'm fed up with Clemson, I'm going to move on. I don't think it's that bad. I would probably guess that this is just your normal blowing it out of proportion type of thing. But ultimately, the fact that there's even like these conversations or that there are doubters out there in Dabo Swinney, come on, man.
It's like he's
like a Randy Moss. Come on, man.
Come on. And like he said, if you're off the ship of just, already, he goes, you were never on the first place.
You're never on.
You're never on the first place. So like I said, I was glad for him to come out the way that he did and just let him know that sometimes, you know what, you got to speak. You got to let people remind people what you've done. Now, if you haven't done anything, if the body of work goes against what you're saying, then you look like a fool. But Dabo knows that his body of work speaks for itself. And sometimes you have to give some oxygen to the fan base to let them realize who they have right now. Because to tell you what, we still here at Nebraska, we understand the importance of keeping a coach when they win. And we understand the catastrophe and the consequences for firing coaches for personal reasons rather than personnel reasons as far as that goes. So I would tell the people in Clemson, those that are barking, I'd probably go back in the garage, go back in the house.
They want to fire me, go ahead.
I mean, but also the ability then to say this part.
I believe in what I've done. I don't apologize for what I've done. I don't apologize to you. I don't apologize to anybody, myself or this staff. Our record since I've been here speaks for itself.
Like the ability to say that, and not even just Bo Pelini, but the ability for Dabo Swinney to sit up there and go, yeah, you know what? In 18 years, I've won 181 games and I've lost 49.
Good gosh. 2 national championships.
I mean,
Played in 4, and you're batting 50% in natties.
Yeah.
You're batting 50% in natties.
You've sent dudes to the league.
To the league.
I mean, there are so many things that if you're Dabo, you can hang your hat on. And this is potentially the stupidest. This is why you can't. Here's the deal. This is why you can't always trust the media. Here's the deal. Here's one of the lineup or the headlines of an article by CBS Sports. Clemson, why would they fire him? But then again, who would want him? Everybody.
Hey, there's a team just south of him. It's like, come on, hey, just north of him.
Yeah,
why don't you come on up here to Virginia? We can do it. They would take him in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
in a heartbeat. But listen, he would have no fact. There's coaches that are coaching now if he became available and didn't have a job. Dabo's that good.
Hey, do you remember where he played?
Alabama.
Yeah. Do you remember where he played? From 1990 to 92. Little wide receiver out of Alabama.
Oh, my God.
It's so once again,
it is so absurd.
Yeah,
man.
it's crazy.
But it gives us good things to talk about, though.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I love these stories when they come out in June or July. But
yeah, 3 games in?
3 games in. It goes right back to the Billy Napier stuff, too, though. Is like the AD, Scott Strickland, sends out this statement of like, hey, we're good. You are right now. A couple more losses, and then once we start getting some information after the season, maybe we're not so good.
Well, before we go to break and come back with the attitude adjustment, I will say this. Clemson's schedule does not get any easier. Mm-hmm. They got Syracuse, North Carolina. Hey, they should take care of it. But that's interstate rivalry, so you never know. Boston College, who's always feisty. SMU at home. Duke, Florida State, Louisville. Furman, they get a break. And then they play South Carolina, who's also down right now, too, but still balling out. They lost last week, so South Carolina's 2-1. But still, I mean, it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough.
A matchup that nobody's talking about.
Scott Frost.
North Carolina and UCF.
Did you hear Bill Parcells talk about Scott yesterday?
Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick, not Parcells. Belichick, you hear him talking about it. He says, he was he didn't really know what he was doing on both sides of the ball. He was, was a real smart guy, played it, both sides, defense and offense, really brainy guy. And I'm just listening to him. It's like listening to
monotone.
Yeah, monotone. But,
listening to paint dry.
You listen to paint dry. It's so boring. You can hear it dry.
You can hear it dry.
It's that bad. We'll be right back, folks.
I think this section's a little dry.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O. Sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel.
Since 1983, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs have been a trusted and reliable company in Lincoln and the surrounding areas. Fast Mike's handles all sides of construction projects, home renovations, or big cleanouts. With the perfect size dumpster to fit your needs, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs will haul it all. With same-day delivery in Lincoln, affordable rates, and top-notch service, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs make cleanup quick and easy. Call now at 402-450-6828 or visit us online at fastmikesrolloffs.com. Book your dumpster today. Fast Mike's Roll-Offs, cleanup made simple.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Tune in this Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. as Old School broadcasts live from Lead Lodge and Arbor Day Farm in Nebraska City to kick off the 2025 Applejack Festival. The festival runs on September 20th and 21st, as well as September 27th and 28th at Arbor Day Farm. Pick apples, enjoy cider, and welcome the fall season with fun for the whole family. Purchase tickets to the 2025 Applejack Festival online at arbordayfarm.org and listen this Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. to Old School broadcasting live from Arbor Day Farm.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Comfort food, but make it vegan. At Rutabagas, they're serving all your crave-worthy classics. Mac and cheese, loaded nachos, Philly cheesesteaks, all 100% plant-powered and 100% delicious. Catch them at their cozy spot at 70th and Vine, or find their food truck rolling through the streets of Lincoln. So whether you're vegan, veg curious, or just hungry for comfort food with a twist, Rutabagas has a plate waiting for you. Find them on Instagram for their food truck location and specials. Rutabagas, where comfort meets compassion.
Nutrition Authority invites you to try Blitz 250. Blitz 250 is a fully loaded pre-workout for those who want the most out of their workouts. Blitz 250 is safe for sport and banned substance free. Blitz 250 can only be found at Nutrition Authority. For location info, check us out at mynutritionauthority.com.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what?
I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball. Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer, sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I tell you what, Nick, once again, the show has been extremely fast.
It zoomed on by.
It definitely zoomed on by, my man. We got a few more sleeps, just 3 more sleeps until we got the game. There'll be much more discussion tomorrow. We'll just kind of give you a preview. First of all, Nick, big shout out to our Husker ladies, man. 5 sets with Creighton, and shout out to Creighton too, man. I like their young coach. Obviously, he was had been on their staff, and just were promoted to head coach. What is his name again? I forget his
Brian
name.
Rosen.
Brian Rosen. I think AC had him on the show actually yesterday.
Did.
So
He
great
did.
job with him, and shout out to AC for having him on the show. But the Husker ladies dug back. They played very charitable, I would say, last night by a lot of mistakes too.
Yeah.
But the cream rises to the top, and it was good to see a packed out place last night.
It was really cool. And an indoor attendance record set once again by the state of Nebraska. There was a lot of red in that building, that CHI Health Center last night. And Nebraska, they were pushed to the limits. You know, Kirsten Bernthal Booth certainly left that program in a really good spot. The Creighton Blue Jays, John Cook, it left Nebraska in an exceptional spot. And now we see Danny Busboom Kelly continue to elevate that. You talk about in year one of DBK, she's had multiple top 5 wins, multiple top 25 wins in just the first 9 matchups.
That's insane.
It's been a really, really good start for
Reverse
Nebraska.
sweep on Kentucky.
And then on top of it all is that you also have it to where Nebraska's still figuring out some things. They're still trying to figure out who they want to have at the libero, if it's going to be Olivia Mauk or if it's going to be Lainey Choboy. And we saw Mauk last night. We've seen Choboy in the last couple of matches, and then, you know, just messing around with some lineups against, last weekend against Grand Canyon. They threw out some younger players as well that they're not going to redshirt this season. And so it's going to be interesting to see going forward, you know, just the combinations that DBK likes to roll with in some big time matches.
Yeah, it was good to see them get that done. Nebraska is still undefeated versus Creighton.
24-0.
24-0. So they took care of business. And again, shout out to Creighton for taking care of business, but our Lady Huskers are still taking care of business. It was good for them.
It's really exciting, obviously, for a multitude of reasons. In Nebraska, there once again you look around and go, okay, who are they going to have to move on from at the end of this year? And Rebecca Alec is one of them, right? But other than that, they're going to return a large group of their roster. It feels like, you know, I don't want to put not too much pressure. I think they apply this pressure themselves because they're pretty outspoken about what the expectation is, and the expectation is national championship. It would be hard for me to imagine this group, whether it's like the combination in some form of Andy Jackson, Rebecca Alec, Harper Murray, even Lainey Choboy is in there, and Bergen Riley. It's hard for me to envision a scenario to where, as they all move on and they graduate in the next couple of years, that Nebraska doesn't have a national championship from that group.
It'd be hard to.
It's hard to envision.
It'd be hard to fathom.
And not to sound too dramatic about this, it would feel like a missed opportunity because this is some of the best Nebraska volleyball
I totally agree.
we've seen in a long time. And from top to bottom, their depth. We mention all these players' names without even mentioning an Olympian. on their team. And so, it's just once again, Nebraska is in a very, very, very exciting spot as a program.
It's exciting to see. Eric, I agree with you, brother. He goes, I was literally asking for it to go 5 sets because it was just a fun game to watch. Eric, I'm with you on that. I was watching it last night as well. I was like, man, it'd be nice to see a 5th set. And sure enough, 5th set came along and they took care of biz. It was just good entertainment.
And also just the natural confidence that oozes from not only Nebraska, but just from the fan base.
Right.
Every game we go out there and no matter who Nebraska's playing, if it's number 3 Pitt or if it's Wright State, there's just this insane amount of confidence that Nebraska's going to get the job done.
And rarely have they let us down.
Yeah.
Really have to let, more importantly, really have to let themselves down.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's incredible. We got about a minute left.
Folks, September is not only prostate cancer awareness month, it's also suicide prevention month. Folks, there is a number called 988. It's 988. You can always call that number. There's always going to be someone on there. If you don't have resources, listen, I'm giving you my office number. Call 1-800-474-8755. Call my office, 1-800-474-8755. Leave a messenger number. I will get you guided to someone to help. Hill on the Hill is Sunday. You can still sign up for that. I'll post that later. But again, you are not alone. There's always someone to talk to. Dial 988 suicide prevention.
AD, 2 shows left until it's game day, my friend. We got 10 seconds.
Folks, be careful out there. Enjoy the rest of the day. DP's actually one-on-one with DP's up next. Stay tuned.
An overdose can happen in front of you and you might not realize it. Blue lips, slowed breathing, pinpoint pupils, choking sounds, unresponsive to touch or sounds. These signs aren't always obvious, but they can be deadly. Knowing what to do could save your friend, your neighbor, your child. Learn more by visiting myhealthymind.crediblemmind.com so you can be ready before it happens. This message is funded in part by the CDC OD2A grant.
Nutrition Authority invites you to try Blitz 250. Blitz 250 is a fully loaded pre-workout for those who want the most out of their workouts. Blitz 250 is safe for sport and banned substance free. Blitz 250 can only be found at Nutrition Authority. For location info, check us out at mynutritionauthority.com.
It's nearly time for Bonsall Pool and Spa's Truckload event. From September 23rd through the 27th, stop by Bonsall Pool